Welcome back! We've managed to solve the puzzle of the reservoir and the pipes, and by the looks of this icon right here, hopefully we've now got some water in that pond that we couldn't cross earlier. But before we go there, I actually want to explore the rest of this area down here, because there's some stuff that we haven't quite seen yet on this level. Specifically, this area over here. Well, we actually have seen this area. Remember earlier we were up there on the railing? And we've also seen this staircase too. We were on the T-fork up in that spot when we got out of the round building when I pointed it out. Ooh, another one of these. We know how to do this. Okay, another one of those squares. And this one is assigned the number 4. Well, it looks like we found the path that runs under the brick building. Remember, we saw this from earlier up top when we got out of the rail station. And we found the bottom entrance to the round building in this configuration. Sweet, so we've just effectively made a loop around the round building from over here when we exited earlier and back through here. So before we go on, let's review real quick what we've done with the round building. Now remember, this is south, this is where we are right now. When we first got to RHEM, we came from the east side, because remember we turned left and we saw this building from that side. And when we came through this entrance, we came through the top door. Now, we traveled in this direction, and then we got to this area over here, and there was both a top door and a bottom door. The top door led to that bridge that was oriented the wrong way, and then we quickly turned around and went through the bottom door. And then we kind of went around here, and then we kind of looped back around, and that's when we saw the guy who stole our car. Now, he had rotated the building, and this is where the confusion can sometimes set in. And when he rotated the building, there was now a bottom entrance here on the east side that we were able to go through. And also, the top entrance on the east side was still there, and it was open. However, the lone top entrance was now over here on the bottom side, on the south end, and that's where we're standing now. Then we rotated the building another 90 degrees clockwise, and now there's both a top and a bottom entrance here, the bottom entrance we just came through, and the top entrance, that's by itself, is over here on the west side. So, what haven't we seen yet? Well, there's actually only one thing. We haven't seen the bottom entrance of the west side yet. And unless we can find a way to actually get over there, we can't exactly rotate the building from here such that we can reach it, because if we rotate it such that this is open and this is open, which would be the only way we could access the bottom area, then we would be trapped here. Now that we know that there's a loop here, there's actually something I want to try. Remember the hatch that we saw that we had to unlock earlier? Well, now that we know we can approach it from two sides, I'm kind of curious about the door that we pushed back. This one. We've closed off something here, but if we close this, then maybe we've opened something. Or at the very least, maybe there's something behind the door itself. So, tell you what, let's go around to the bottom area of the round building and loop around and see what's over there. I'm sorry if these dissolves are kind of a little bit annoying to watch in the video. Unfortunately, this game is somewhat low quality. The subsequent entries in the series are much better at stuff like this, not to mention that they have higher resolution too. Well, higher resolution as in 800 by 600. It's a little bit better than 640 by 480. And here we get to this mosaic pattern that we saw on the door. And when I mouse over these two symbols here, they kind of glow maroon, as well as that one. But these seem to be the only three that do it. It's the two over here and the one over there. Well, something to keep in mind for later, I suppose. But I'm sure you're all eager to see what's beyond that area there in the water ponds. And not this area. No, I took a wrong turn. No, we need to go back over here. Because now that we filled that area up with water, hopefully we can cross the bridge. Or at least hopefully it's enough water. And we also need to check out that red console that we passed by on the way when we first got here. Now that we actually know how to operate those things. So let's rotate the round building such that the east and south exits are accessible. Because we need to get out of the south area, and the area to which we're going is on the east side. Let's see, we need to go down. Here we go. Alright, hopefully we have some success here. Let's see, here's that red console. And for red we get 5, 2, 1, 6. Alright, another one of those squares. With the number 6 this time. So it seems like some squares are assigned multiple numbers. That's rather interesting. And we have achieved success. Awesome. Now, the loading symbol that you saw there for Windows, the reason why that appears in the game is because normally in the original release of this game, there was actually 3 CDs, and you had to change out CDs when you got to certain areas in the game. But you also had the option, I believe, to install all the files on your hard drive, which is what I did here. That way, we don't have to worry about doing that at all. So it looks like we got 4 different options here. And for that reason, I'm going to call this building the 4-way tower. I suppose I could call it the round building, but we've already got a building by that name. And I suppose I could also call the round building the 4-way tower, but we can really only get 2 places at any given time, so that's not really going to work. Let's see what's over here first. Looks like some sort of elevator. Okay, I guess this is one of those elevators where you have to actually close the door before you can use it. And have power. Yeah, I can't really see any other reason why this thing wouldn't be working. Let's go over here next. More views of the lake. I wonder if that's the pipe that the reservoir water is being dumped in to fill this area up. It kind of looks like the pipe from that control room. And speaking of water, we got this pool of water down here. And once again, our character doesn't feel the need to jump across. But thankfully that button slides a panel into place, which is cool. Okay, what's up here? Alright, there's an empty room, but I can't seem to do anything with this metal panel on the wall. Whoa. That's a lot of water. Well, nothing else to do up here, so I guess this is a dead end. I'm gonna set this back to its original position for no particular reason at all. Don't mind me. Well, there's one more path that we haven't explored yet, and it's over here. We can see another area across the lake. In fact, there seem to be ladders that go down into this area from both ends, right here and on the other side. If only we could just get rid of all that water that we've been pumping in. But if we did that, then we wouldn't be able to get back through here now, would we? Or across this bridge either. Okay, we can either keep on going straight or turn right. I'm going to go right for now. Now, here we've got another green panel with another square, and I think that's the first time we've seen that one. There's a path above us. I wonder if that's connected with that island that we saw across the lake. And here's why I switched the wooden panel from the other side back here. Because if you didn't do that, then it would just be water here, and you wouldn't be able to cross. And then you have to go all the way back, which wouldn't be fun. Yeah, this is one of those instances where I had to wonder why the game designer put that in there. It just feels like one of those things that you would do just to make the game harder. And here we can see the staircase that we took earlier to get to that upper area. Okay, so here we got two choices, so I'll take the right path first. Alright, we got a nice shiny tower. Aww. We can't do anything with this? Not even the sorry noise? I guess we can't press the arrows either. But if the arrows are supposed to be a symbol, then maybe that means that the door opens up, or something like that. Well, there's one more thing to check out here, and that's this side. And we got a map of this side of RHEM. You can see that we're in this building here, and we came along this path, I believe, because we were able to go over here to get to that round-shaped building. This area right here is the building with the panels on it, and over here we can see the path that crosses over in this direction, and it seems to be connected to whatever path goes to the right of this path, because this seems to be the four-way tower. So it does appear to be connected to that other island across the way. Nothing else to see here of consequence, though. Wait a minute, was that a screen I saw? Yeah, there's some kind of screen here. It looks like there's some sort of T-shaped area here, and then there's a path that leads there. What happens if we do this? Okay, so now the path moves over to the left. So how does that help us? Well, we kind of saw something with two different areas that were side by side a little while ago, right? The area with the water and stuff, and this area might be the walkway outside. So I'm actually going to go back there and check it out once we're done here. What does this do? Okay, so it shows the water flowing through, so this does appear to be the water pipe. And now it's blocked. Well, actually, I want to check out what I accomplished with the other thing I just changed, so I'm going to put this back to the original setting for now. I'll come back here in a little bit, though, but for now, I'm going to walk back to the four-way tower and see what I did on the other side, if anything. Yeah, I'm just going to speed through all this, because you guys pretty much know what this is all about. Okay, did anything change up here? It did. Now the water is flowing into this room. And now we can get in here. And unlike the other room, there's actually a door inside this thing. Doors are always fun, right? So where's this taking us? Kind of a little cramped in here. Okay. And there's control over here as well. Okay, so we've reached the bottom area of that round tower. But these buttons don't work either. That's a bummer. Well, maybe when we power up that thing, we know where to go at least. But for now, I want to check out what we can do with that wheel. Because if we can turn off the flow of the water, then that might solve our problem with getting over to that other island, right? It's worth a shot at least. And I always miss that. Sorry about all this tedious walking around. This is probably the one game in the series that's most notorious for it. There's a lot of walking around in the other games too, but there's a lot to do with that walking around as well, so it's not entirely wasteful. At least it doesn't feel quite as much as this game. But that being said though, this is still pretty fun. Alright, let's see what this can do. Now I believe there's a point along this route where we can actually hear the water, or actually see the water even, coming out of the pipe. And I think that's right around here, yeah, right there, and now there's no more water coming out of it. And since that area is connected to the lake surrounding the four-way tower, yep, it's now lowered, sweet. Well, let's see what's over on the other side. Looks like we found that path that goes over the other pathway. Oh man, we got another area over here. And this area seems to have its own water supply, which is pretty awesome. Wow, there's like a ton of stuff here. Well, this certainly looks familiar. These look like the symbols we saw on that box over by the T-fork earlier outside the west exit of the four-way, or not the four-way building, the round building. Alright, can we do anything with this? Okay, looks like we're transferring water here, but I don't really have enough information to solve this yet, so I'm gonna press the reset button. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and mention that that's a reset button for this puzzle. And we'll come back here when we're ready to solve it. But that day is not gonna be today. I suppose technically you could solve it with the amount of information we've got right now, but I kind of want to wait first. Alright, well, we'll continue exploring the paths on the other side over there in the next video.